I opened my door and immediately called 911 without even approaching the house because I knew that it was on fire from the amount of smoke that was coming out of it.
There's really no other people across America that know all of our communities like letter carriers do. We're out there 6 days and often 7 days a week, and we get to know our customers. We also know when something is not right. We know when something is not normal and are often in a position to be the first to step up. And today we are honored to have the opportunity to recognize a special group of people as our Heroes of the Year.
I noticed that there was smoke coming from the back of the garbage truck. You usually don't see garbage trucks that are smoking. I immediately grabbed my phone, I called 911. I see my customers coming home. Children are coming home. Had to stop them from going that way as well because the truck is on fire. Well, within moments of the fire department showing up, the truck exploded. One of the people that I had stopped from going home, which is a customer of mine, she came up to me later and told me, I'm really glad that you were able to stop me that day. She's like, well, shrapnel flew through my house, blew out my window, and went right into the drywall. And so if you hadn't stopped me from coming home, the shrapnel would have got me.
I was on with 911 and I knew an elderly lady had lived there. And so I started knocking on all the doors, which were locked. I was banging on everything, trying to see if I could get any response, yelling for her. And finally, on my last attempt, I knocked on a different window as hard as I could, and she knocked back from the inside. And so at that point, my adrenaline kicked in, and I went to the door, which was locked, and just started pushing and pulling as hard as I could, and broke it open and was able to get inside and get her out to safety. Had I been 5 minutes later or 5 minutes earlier, the outcome would have just been very, very different. And I'm just so happy that her family got some more time with her.
I heard a man calling for help, and he told me that he had been shot. So I immediately dropped everything and ran inside the door and found him laying in a pool of his blood. The man was shot 8 times. I was on the phone with 911 trying to identify his wounds, and I found a towel that was hanging on his door and applied first aid. It's been almost a year, and I still see him, and he expressed so much gratitude to me. I would say to all letter carriers out there that it's more than just carrying mail. You are part of this community, and you are part of their family.
I was on my 3rd day of doing my route by myself, and somebody came up to me and asked me if I had any Narcan on me, and I just happened to have some in my letter carrier bag, so I followed him back to the apartment and administered the Narcan to the lady, and it revived her from her overdose. This was such an easy thing to do that anybody could have done it. I just happened to be there and have the tools to do it. I feel like I'm actually doing something that's important and valuable in people's lives.
She said, help, call 911, he's got a gun. She ran around the truck, and I told her to sit on a stoop inside the LOV, the little metal seat, so that nobody could see her. Shortly after that, the guy came out looking around and had a gun kind of up a little bit. And so at that point, I squeezed between the tray and the chair inside the LOV, hiding myself, and sat there with her until 911 arrived.
It went from a white smoke to like a black smoke, and that happened very fast. Did see a male come out the back. He did not want to come off the balcony just yet, and I told him, I was like, listen, you got to jump. He did not want to jump, so I went, grabbed my mail truck, reversed it underneath the balcony, climbed up the mail truck, jumped over the balcony, told the guy it was time to go. When you're put in a situation like I was, or like any of the heroes that I'm here today with, you have a choice. And if you can do something about it, do it.
This past year, our letter carriers and federal workers have been tested in unimaginable ways. And so these stories bring us hope and so much pride. I know that's how I feel. My heart is just swelling when I read the incredible contributions, because we as workers, yes, we do our day jobs, but we are a part of the fabric of this country. And the work we do is indispensable. And the care that we bring should never be taken for granted. Chris, Kyle, Sydney, Jairo, Meagan, Alexander, Tiffany, Theodore, and Raphael. I just want to say you are extraordinary examples of our movement and workers all across this country. And on behalf of your 15 million fellow workers across 65 unions in the AFL-CIO, we couldn't be more proud and we couldn't be more grateful.
You're a hero. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, you're a hero. Congratulations. You're a hero. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
You're a hero. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
Letter carriers take a lot of pride in the work that we do. And very often, as we celebrate here every single year, the service that we provide goes far beyond delivering the mail.